Humans of the cardboard, welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. We've got two more little bits of information, two little drops this morning. Actually, one came out late last night, but I already made a video, and there already been so much news as far as the final Age of Overlord stuff goes that I figured I'd just do it today if anything came out this morning. So today we're looking at a brand new Goblin card. It's really cool. It's really fun. As well as a brand new, the V-Jump promo got revealed, the new Pendulum girl here. We'll go over both of those here. Nothing too crazy, but just like a couple of little small things. Then we'll talk about what I'm expecting for the rest of the set here soon. So this is Goblin Paratrooper Squad. I love the artwork on this. It's just another Goblin card. These guys are all just falling out of the airplane. It's great. This is Goblin Berg, I believe, up here. So I think that's part of the synergy with this card. But let's take a look at what it does. It's a level 4 Wind Warrior, 0 attack, 2000 offense, 2 hard ones return effects. If this card is special summoned from the hand in attack position, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls, change this card to defense position, also negate that card's effects while this card is in face-up defense position. So it gets you to defense, which is 2000. It negates a monster, but he doesn't summon himself from hand, so you kind of have to like let your opponent, or you kind of have to have a way to like extend him out of the hand. And if you can't do that as a quick effect, then he's not even an interruption. He just sort of plays into a board decent, like okay, by, you know, targeting and negating something. So just a mediocre card. Clearly it's supposed to be in the lore of Goblinberg. They both switch themselves to defense position. Goblinberg would summon this guy from hand to use his effect. They're obviously supposed to be designed together. Secondly, if a monster or monsters is special summoned to your opponent's field while this card is in your graveyard, discard one card, add this card to your hand. This is actually a good effect. If this card was actually a good card on like the main effect, then this would be like a phenomenal, like just follow-up effect that just continually gets it back to hand, continually sets it up for next turn. Unfortunately, it doesn't have that, so it is what it is. But all in all, fun card, just a goofy little card. I like that we're kind of getting some of the filler stuff early, and then hopefully we'll get like the big reveals early next week. So let's get into the final monster here. The more interesting one, in my opinion, Pendulum Witch. Everybody was going crazy over her design. They loved her design. She is not a Pendulum Magician monster, which does hurt her standing as far as synergy goes. There's a lot of cards that get access to Pendulum Magicians. But she is still a Pendulum monster, which I believe does make her searchable off of Duelist Alliance. So there's something there, but it could, if it was Magician, it'd be so much better. Okay, she's a scale 8, her level 3 Earth Spellcaster, 1500 attack, 800 defense. If she was Wind also, that would actually change some things as well, because of Magispectors, and I think there may be some other, like Wind Witch. I don't know if Wind Witch works, but like Magispector for sure. But yeah, she's a Pendulum Scale 8. You can only use the Pendulum effect of her once per turn. If a face-up Fusion, Synchro, and or Exceed monster you control is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect while this card's in the Pendulum Zone, add a Pendulum monster with the same original type as one of those monsters from your deck to your extra deck face up. That's cool. Usually Pendulum decks are like, just combination decks, a lot of spellcasters, maybe some dragons and stuff like that. So, that's a lot of your end board pieces as well. So when those get removed, being able to send one is pretty cool. And just load up more stuff to extra deck. Nothing crazy though. And then for the monster effects, yeah, it's fine, but it's like not great because obviously your opponent kind of needs to help you out to get you to trigger this. And it's not even like you get access to like an immediate resource. It just sets it up to be pen summoned next turn. For the monster effects, you can only use the first effect once per turn. If this card is normal or Pendulum summoned, target a card in your Pendulum Zone, destroy both it and this card, and if you do, add a level 4 or lower Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. This effect I actually don't hate. I actually think this effect is actually somewhat decent. I think it makes more sense generally to be its normal summon effect, like do it on normal, not on pen, because you could go like activate an 8 scale. It doesn't have to be an 8 scale, but you could, I guess if you're doing it this way. But when you normal summon it, you pop the scale and this card. Maybe it's a scale that floats. Maybe it's something that you want to pen summon later anyway. So it's in extra deck, it's totally fine. then this card searches your actual best starter, you know, whether it's the Zephyr engine with Zephyrath. Oh, actually, it has to be level 4 or lower. But you know what I'm saying. There's other Pendulum monsters that can kind of deactivate and scale and send stuff, or just search Harmonizing Magician, the best pen summon. Single Pendulum monster to pen summon, like usually. And plus, this card has a second effect. A bonus effect says if this card in the monster zone is destroyed, even by its own effect, right, destroys itself, place it in your Pendulum zone. So not only does it get you a search, but it gets you, it sets itself in scale. So it does give you half your scales. It's an 8 scale, so it's a good scale, good high scale. And then searches you any level 4 or lower Pendulum. Now, I'm actually racking my brain, and I'm starting to realize that most of the best like extender Pendulum monsters are actually level 5 or higher. Stuff like, you know, Chronograph, Astrograph, obviously Zephyrath. A lot of the best like scale Pendulum monsters are level 5 or higher. But that doesn't mean there isn't something. I'm sure I'm missing something. I don't know all of them right off the top of my head. There's probably something there. And then also you can pen summon this card. So like even if you have to like pen summon this card out, then use its effect to like pop whatever high scale you already had. It goes into high scale and searches you something else. Maybe it's follow up. Maybe down the line there's what, like, let's say what happens if like Konami just says, you know what, screw it. Let's give Pendulums a hand trap. But it's like a Pendulum monster hand trap. So even though you'd be searching it after pen summon, and it may not be the most ideal, it sits in hand, and now it's an interruption from hand. Like that could be something cool, or maybe just a good extender, a level 4 extender that just you're able to search after pen summon and keep playing through. There's definitely some potential there, or just follow up, right? Or just gets you follow up. There's some really cool potential there. I actually don't hate this card overall. Is it good enough? Probably not. It's probably not good enough to be your actual normal summon. There's just better ones out and about. But I don't want to completely dismiss it like there's no world. The fact that this does search any level 4 lower Pendulum monster does give me a little bit of intrigue, because whereas some cards are technically more powerful, only need one card to work, whereas this card needs another card in scale, kind of sets you up for a better situation there, like getting you to anything more versatile. So we'll see. Not crazy impressive on either of these cards, but just some little tidbit things I want to throw your guys' way. I am expecting that going into next week, I probably not tomorrow, or nothing. Might get something small tomorrow, but I wouldn't expect something huge tomorrow. But probably starting Monday, we're going to be like 19 days away, 18 days away from the set actually dropping in the OCG, with like 45 to 50 cards still unrevealed. I think Konami's going to come out swinging. We're going to start getting waves of new support, maybe even another new archetype, and get big reveals all next week. I'm expecting almost every day to get, you know, 5 cards, 3 or 4 cards, whatever. I mean, I don't know exactly what's going to come, but I'm just going to bring you what comes. Hopefully it's good stuff. Hopefully it's what we're all looking for. We'll see. But yeah, get hyped, because I'm bringing you that news as soon as it drops. But I'm out of here for today. Thank you so much for watching as always. Let me know your thoughts on the 2 new cards down in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.